turn and walk away. Ain't get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. I'm giving you a chance, you see boy. The devil in a glance, boy. The devil in a glance, I can knock you out your pants, boy. Knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. And this is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house.
I got a baby girl inside this house, and right now she's sound asleep. So it's probably best for the both of us if you just turn around and leave. Cause if you come in this fucking house, then you too gonna go to sleep. I promise you, boy, don't play with me. I pray to God my soul to keep. Especially this day and age, gotta handle shit our own way. With a 30-30 or 12 gauge behind this door, you're hella weight. My old lady, she rides too, picking up every shell case, mopping up these blood stains, but she ain't seen a damn thing. Most of my people are convicts, hard-headed, no nonsense. So please approach with caution. You never know who's watching. You never know what's on the other side of that front door, and you knocking. Might step out like motherfuckers get the dropping. All the neighbors heard was the dogs barking. The sun was down, it was getting dark, and I told the sheriff it ain't no problems, man. I was just taking out the garbage. So if you don't mind, please excuse me. I'm with the family trying to watch a movie. I'm sure you got better things to do, so I'll let you go and get back to do
coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got
ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, the first of two races here on Ultimate Dirt TV. In fact, I think we're going to have three. I think Steve's got some 360 sprint cars later on this evening. But tonight we are here at the virtual Eldora Speedway for the virtual Dream 100 presented by Hunter Creek Homes. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Cody Nevin as qualifying is wrapped up. Let's quickly take a look at the qualifying results. And Evan C. for Victory Lane Racing goes quick time with a 15:1:35. Blake Majules, Paul Hollander, Alex Bergeron, Brent Carter will round out your top five. Dylan Yeager, Ryan Underwood, Davin Caldwell, Jesse Entigan, Cole Cabre. What a stout top 10 that is, Cody, as we get set for heat race number one. Let's take a look at your starting grid. And heat race number one is going to be feature race number one. And Evan C. will start alongside Paul Hollander.
Starting on the inside of row number two, it's going to be the 69 of Brett T. Carter for Team VLR, and his teammate to his outside is going to be the 46 of Ryan Underwood, also from Team VLR.
Hunt the fronts, Jesse Entigan will roll off out of position at number 5, and he's outside. He'll pilot the number 2 car from position number 6. That is Dylan Hauser.
Justin Norwood's going to roll off in your 7th position. To his outside is going to be the 09, the Tomasi Posse, Tanner Tomasi.
Row 5 on the inside in car number 16. That'll be Dustin Mombaquette. Lines up position number 9. To his outside, the 144 for Van Motorsports is Brett New, position at number 10.
Position number 11 is going to be the man from the Frozen North. That's going to be Felix Roy. And to his outside is going to be Coulter West. And the 10 machine looks like from LCR Motorsports.
And we'll go back and take a look at row number 7. That's John Foskey. He'll start position 13. Trent McLeod lines up at a position at number 14.
Number 15 is going to be Christian Hanger in the number 32 machine out of the Mid-South. To his outside is going to be the Colton Malone in the 6th machine from the Midwest.
Chance Carr will start 17th. 18th is going to be Tyler Reed.
Ethan Toder and Richie O start 19th and 20th.
21st will be Colton Skiles, and Logan Matthews will start position number 22.
Look at who's starting 23rd. Alex Robinson in the 21 machine for Vanderpool Racing, and to his outside is going to be James Clausen in the 30 machine.
And that is a look at your starting grid for, that'll be heat race. Well, it's going to show us heat race number 1, but however it is going to be feature race number 1. Now there is a bit of prizes on the line here for feature race number 1. The top 12 will make it into tonight's 100 lap main event, and $20 to the winner here for heat race number 1, which will be known as feature race number 1. Presented by, of course, Team 126 Racing. They're sponsoring both heat races to win. Green flag is out. Evan C. will lead us off turn number 4 down into 1 and 2. Holland has got some pressure from Brent Carter and Ryan Underwood. Dylan Hauser quickly moves into position number 5. Here at the end of completion of lap number 1, Evan C. and the Victory Lane Racing team. They go 1, 3, and 4.
Absolutely, as Paul Hollander slides up into the 2nd position, we got Team VLR teammates battling for 3rd and 4th on the speedway. That's Ryan Underwood in the 46 and Brent Carter in the 69. As we're going to look like we might single file out here for a little bit. Slide job by Hauser in front of Tanner Tomasi there. Boy, they're getting dicey already, Brett.
Yeah, Justin Norwood as well in that number 4 machine. He's right there on the outside looking in on this great battle, trying to sneak his way up into the top 5. Hauser by Tomasi into turns 3 and 4. Slide job comes, but we are yellow. Flag on the raceway. And I have no idea what that one's for. I'm going to say, look, I'm going to say Jesse Entigan may have had some dramas in that one, but I've got nothing on timing and scoring for that. Let's try and have a look and see what happened. Where is Jesse Entigan in my thing? That's not him. I don't know why we're still going in slow-mo. Ah, Dustin Mombaquette. Found you, buddy. This is what happened. He's just going on his own, actually. Oh, no.
Little right side romance being played out already.
Yeah, Christian Hanger. He was trying to hang Mombaquette into the fence. So, going back to, of course, the live pictures again. The Dream 100 presented by Hunter Creek Homes. Team 126 Racing are sponsoring both. Heat race winners, $25 to win. Of course, Heat 1, Heat 2, they're known as Feature Race 1 and Feature Race number 2. And then the Dream 100 bonuses. Hunter Creek Homes offering up $50 to the hard charger in the Dream 100. Whoever starts on pole, which will be known from the winner of this one, they're going to earn a bonus $20 thanks to Team 126 Racing. And if you come dead last in the Dream 100, you're going to pick up $10 as well, courtesy of Team 126 Racing. Again, a big thank you to those guys, and of course, Envision Custom Graphics as well. We come back to the green flag action. Look at them 2x2. Now there's some 3-wide battle. Tomasi on the inside of Justin Norwood, and Felix Roy in the 91 working down low, 3 wide.
Absolutely, the racing is hot and heavy right now. As you see, Brent D. Carter, he's trying to move up as well on the inside of the 8 of Paul Hollander. Felix Roy, he's a good bottom feeder driver. I've seen him turn many laps around the bottom. He just stays down low and does what he does. And it looks like Tanner Tomasi's behind him, along with Chance Carr, Ethan Toder, Tyler Reed, Trent McLeod. They're swapping, but yellow flag's going to come back out here.
Yeah, yellow flag for the second time here in feature race number 1, also known as heat race number 1. Let's take a look at your UltimateDirtTV instant replay. James Clarkson in that number 30 machine, or the like 20. That always gets me every time. The sound.
Yeah.
The sound. You wouldn't be able to hear it, but there is a volume meter on these cameras, and the cameraman decided to stick the volume up to 4,000.
Ah.
Yeah.
Blew your eardrums out.
Yeah, we're blaming BJ Duvall for that one because he's our cameraman.
Way to go, BJ.
All right, so James Clarkson going back to pit road. Now he'll come back out onto the racetrack. John Foskey, he'll take no further part in tonight's Hunter Creek Homes Dream 100. The virtual Dream 100 here at the Eldora Speedway. Top 12, we're going to make it into tonight's 100 lap main event from what is so-called heat race number 1, but again it's known as feature race number 1. Feature race number 2 will be the same. It'll have 25 laps of distance, and they'll take the top 12, putting up a 24 car field. Ryan Underwood on the outside of Evans C. Green flag is back out on the racetrack. Lap number 6 is complete with still 19 remaining. As they go 2 by 2, now by 3. Underwood stuck into the wall up on the top side. 4 wide as they come off turn number 2. And now they'll get 3 wide. Hollander on the inside of Brent Carter. They both slide up in front of Ryan Underwood. Here comes Underwood back to the inside. Look at Felix Roy trying to make it a 4 wide battle. Justin Norwood in the 4 machine on the outside looking into the top 5. But he's got himself a good spot in tonight's main event. This is going to line up the inside row of the Dream 100 presented by Hunter Creek Homes.
Yeah, you know, Brett, that's the thing. We're seeing heat number 1 up on the scoring tower there, but it's definitely feature number 1 time. As you can see, they're racing hot and heavy here. And, you know, it's one thing for these drivers to keep in mind. You know, if you're in the top 12, you're already locked in the show. So it's all about how hard you want to push it and see how many spots you can gain for the feature event. As we have Ryan Underwood looking to the inside of Carter now, as he's going to slide up in front of Carter. Hollander's in front of Justin Norwood there. Felix Roy to the inside, and Tomasi's peeking his nose back in the picture. Big slide job coming out from Hollander. Slides up in front of Brent D. Carter. We're working lap number 11 out of 25.
I'll put it this way. Wherever you finish in the top 12, that is the row you are going to start on. It's as simple as that on the inside row. So if you finish 5th, well, you'll start inside of row 5. Here comes Carter with a slide job on Hollander. Norwood gets out of the throttle now from turning into the back of the number 8 machine. Now Tomasi, Felix Roy coming at it as well. Tyler Reed, Chance Carr, they're fighting it out with Trent McLeod, but a good battle. 5 cars on the racetrack. You're seeing right now in picture Brent Carter, Paul Hollander, Justin Norwood, Felix Roy and Tanner Tomasi. Yellow flag comes out just as your race leader was coming into lap traffic.
These guys are just absolutely pushing to their car and themselves to the limit right now as we're working lap 13 out of 25. And
hashtag blame Alex coming out in chat for this one.
Uh-oh.
You wanted to know why he doesn't race? There's a perfect example of why he does not race.
Alex, the gas pedal is on the right.
I think that's the least of his problems. Peter, no, this is not a big heat. This is known as feature race number 1. So we had 48 drivers signed into the pit area for tonight's Virtual Dream 100, presented by, of course, Hunter Creek Homes. And the top 12 from this one will lock in to the main event. And then, of course, heat race number 2 will be known as feature race number 2 as well. Oh, why did that change?
Hey, you know, I'm cool with Alex out there on the racetrack as long as he doesn't wreck Kevin C or Dylan Hauser or any of these top running guys. I think we'll be okay. That would be that'd be.
Did you see what Alex just did just then?
I did. I was trying to decipher what was happening there, but I couldn't really wrap my head around it.
I think everybody was trying to decipher what Alex was trying to do there. Now look, to his credit, he's out there having a go.
Yes.
And it's not often that he gets to put the wheel on and have a go, so we've got to commend him for that one. He's back in the pits. 22 cars left in feature race number 1. Also known as Heat 1, but it is a feature race. Top 12 will go into the main event. We'll start lap 14, 13 down, halfway home, 13 down, 12 to run. Ryan Underwood now back to the inside. Slide job there on Dylan Hauser. Hauser works back to his inside. Here comes Brent Carter, closing in on Ryan Underwood as they head off into turns 3 and 4. Justin Norwood, the 4 machine. It's been a while since I've seen him around. But hey, when there's money on the line, 352 tonight's main event winner. This brings out the big gun. Slide job by Underwood, but Hauser works back to the outside. Hauser moves back into second position.
Yeah, you know, I was gonna say the same thing earlier. It's been a while since we've seen Norwood, but yeah, I guess you're right. Money does bring the drivers out. As he's currently riding in the 5th position, he's nice and happy where he's at. As he's trying to get around the 69 of Brent Carter. Felix Roy looking to the inside at Paul Hollander now. Hollander rips a lip around to Eldora, closes up to the backside of Norwood. Felix Roy closes backside or up to the back of him as he's actually gonna try to rip the lip now. As I just seen behind these guys, they're 4 wide back here for, I think that's the 12th spot they're looking at back there. As people are trying to get in and, you know, money's on the line.
Certainly is. Speaking of money on the line, Jess Handigan, who was at the back after that first caution. Not sure what happened to the one machine, but he's back up inside the top 10 right now. He's in the transfer spot. You just need to put yourself into the show. As we watch Tyler Reed, the 58 machine in 9th. Here comes Jesse Handigan now. Behind them, you got Chance Carr, Trent McLeod. They battle side by side for positions 11 and 12. And Christian Hanger on the outside looking in. 6 to run. Yellow is out. This Coulter West was trying to make a charge as well, along with Richie Yost. But caution flag will come out here in feature race number 1. It's going to be Colton Malone, the driver in this one.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this guy took a really hard hit in the outside wall. Hopefully everybody's okay.
Well, he's done one better than Alex.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
Alex didn't come last.
This is true. He did not. I was just looking at that.
Alex did not come last, and whether that was by default or not, it doesn't matter. He's actually made a couple. I've seen Alex make a couple of feature races, actually.
I'm proud of him. He's actually still out on the racetrack right now. Might be a couple laps down, but he's out there.
Hell yeah. See, he's just trying to get some laps under his belt.
I love it.
Alright, so we are at the resumption of heat race, what is known as heat race number 1, but it is feature race number 1. The lights are still on the iRacing.com page track. We'll have 19 down, 6 remaining here in feature race number 1. Again, if you win feature race number 1, well, you've pretty much guaranteed yourself $55 because you'll get $25 for the feature race win here, feature race, one of the twin features, but you're also going to earn $20 for the pole award thanks to Team 126 Racing. So I don't know how much it was to enter. Do you know how much it was to enter?
I believe it was $25 to enter.
So the winner of this one has not only profited, they've got a chance to try and pocket $350 as well. Green flag back out on the racetrack, Cody. Just 6 laps remaining for M&C. Ryan Underwood, Dylan Howard, they go side by side, making a bit of contact. Look out, how's it going to go around? And car's upside down. And uh-oh.
Oh.
Big parking lot. Well, they're not too far away from the Tunnel of Love, but I think that just might have been a bit too much romance.
Yeah, you know, Brett, I was just waiting. I was just waiting to see who was going to make that move, and I guess Ryan Underwood definitely decided to make that move. And, you know, you seen Hauser, he didn't lift, but to be fair, he didn't have a whole lot of time to lift. And, you know, when you're racing for $350, I don't really blame him for not lifting anyways. So that's just a chance you take when you throw a short slider like Underwood did. And, yeah, you know, it really didn't pay off for anybody in the top 12 there, to be honest.
And there's a lot of drivers that generally pay their own way into these types of races. All the team sponsors generally pay in. I'm going to give a shout out to, of course, Mark Keekman, who had sponsored in Davin Cardwell's entry, and we'll see Davin Cardwell in the next feature race. So, Mark, it's good to have you here on Ultimate Dirt TV, along with everybody else in the chat, so Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget to hit the like and follow button on our Facebook page. We are over 17,000 followers strong, and nobody, Cody, nobody is even close to us with what we got when it comes to not only producing the race, how many real life announcers that we have at real racetracks over in the US, and of course here in Australia. Plus, I've also got a surprise as well. I'm actually bringing on a new guy, not so much a new guy, but a new guy to the iRacing scene who has done commentary at a real life racetrack, and that just adds to our list of real life talent.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. I mean, you look at the lineup list for our broadcasters here. You know, me and Kenneth just jumped on, but you guys absolutely had an already spectacular list before we joined. And as we're back green here at Eldora, we got 20 down or 21 down, working on lap 21. We have 4 to run here as Evan C is going to take the green flag. Felix Roy works his way up the second after the big mess. Brett D. Carter still in third. Tyler J. Reed, his yellow flag is already back out.
Hey, you're actually right the first time. 20 down and 5 to go as the yellow comes out. So this will complete lap number 21 with just 4 remaining. Keep an eye on Ryan Underwood as well. Right now, who we scored in 18th position. And he's only got to make up 6 spots. But to make up 6 spots in 4 laps, I'll bet my bottom dollar says that he is going to be a man on a mission. I reckon he's going to make the show. The man that's sitting on the bubble right now, he's that 23 machine of Ethan Toda. No idea what team he's on. Him and
FTP.
Chase, yeah, look, him, Chase Hardy, Davin Cardwell, they change teams more than they change their underwear.
Yeah.
I don't think there's not a team those guys haven't been on.
I know Davin, he was certainly jumping around at one point. I don't know what or who he's running for right now, but yeah, he was, I think in a 1 month span, I believe he was on 3 or 4 different teams. So whether that be his decision or others, who knows? But yeah, you're right. They definitely do bounce around quite often. And also about your Underwood prediction there, I have to agree with you. I think he might make the show. I don't know how many people are going to be happy with him after, but yeah, I would say he makes the show here.
I'll tell you who's not happy about it would probably be Dylan Hauser, because Hauser is out of the event, and well, now that means Alex Robinson is going to technically beat Dylan Hauser.
Yeah,
Hang on. But look, yeah, hang on. I'm just going to go to the comment section here.
Yes.
Jordan Gage is trying to take my Blake and Julius. Now, I say my Blake and Julius because I've picked Blake and Julius to win since probably season 6 or 7 in World of Thunder competition. So, Jordan, you're going to have to find another one.
Because we're back green here, folks, coming in at...
We're back yellow.
Oh, you're right. What the heck? I figured it was just hanging up on there. I figured it was a glitch, but that's a, you know...
Nope.
Alrighty.
I guess they're like, no, she wasn't ready.
Oh, they weren't ready, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So, let's talk about this 100 lap, because $350 to win, of course, courtesy thanks to Hunter Creek Homes. A hard charger, $50 hard charger, thanks to Hunter Creek Homes as well. Team 126 Racing putting up $20 for the pole awards. For the pole award, whoever starts on pole. So the winner of feature race 1, which is heat 1 on track now. Team 126 Racing, course sponsors of both twin features, $25 to win and $10 to Last place in the Dream 100. Who would you pick to win the virtual Dream 100 here?
You know, there's definitely plenty of drivers on this list here that you could choose from. I'm gonna have to go with Evan C. It'd be Evan C, Blake Majulis, maybe Jesse Anderkin pulls one out of his hind end. You know, I don't know, but it's kind of hard to argue with Blake Majulis and Evan C. Those guys are it. Just to call it out for what it is, those two are probably the best on the simulator as far as late models go. These guys are just phenomenal. So yeah, those would be my choices, either Evan C or Blake Majulis.
Okay, I'm gonna try and pick your brain here. Pick a top 3.
Ooh.
Blake
Majulis,
7C. They're going to be top 3, right?
Yeah, I would have to go there.
Who would be your third pick?
It depends on who's in the next heat race, but I got 2 picks in mind. I know Davin Cardwell's in the next feature race here, but if Jay Place is in, he's definitely a contender always as well.
I'm going to take Alex Bergeron if he's here. We got a lot of
Yellow.
time. We got a lot of time to talk. I think drivers are really starting to get desperate here.
Yeah, if Alex Bergeron is here, I guess I could agree with you there. I mean, yeah, those would be definitely top 3. I know as far as sprint cars go, he's definitely one of the best on that side of the aspect.
Yeah, but I mean, even in late models or modifieds.
He is, yeah. He's very good as well. He's good no matter what he drives.
Can't say the same about Alex Robinson, though. Haha.
Don't count out old Felix Roy there either. He tends to sneak his way up into some top 3, top 5 positions quite often, actually. He kind of just, like I said, he's a bottom feeder. He kind of just hangs out on the bottom, does what he does. That man is actually phenomenal in big blocks. If anybody's ever gotten the privilege to watch him race in those, he definitely knows his way around those cars quite well.
I think a couple of weeks ago when we were here for the VLR race, the UMPs, or somewhere else, Felix Roy actually was one of the hard chargers. Might have actually been Cedar Lake. So, apparently you're the new guy around here. Jordan Gage says that you stole the pick of Evan C. So, but yeah, no, going back to that Felix Roy comment, yeah, he actually picked up one of the hard charger awards in one of the VLR races. I'm pretty sure it was
Kokomo?
No, that was last night.
Oh, that's right.
I wasn't there. I was too busy doing Lima Land.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it seems like when the track starts to slick off, he starts to come through the field and work his way to the front.
All right, green white checker coming out here for feature race number 1, which is also known as Heat 1. Tyler Reed works the bottom side of the racetrack. Evan C works the top. Here comes Brent Carter. Felix Roy on the outside of Tomasi. Jesse Enterkin now. Carter into the wall on the back straightaway. Enterkin rolls low. Here comes Chance Carr in the number 2 machine right through the middle. I'll go 3 wide. The white flag is out. 1 to run for Evan C. Down the back straightaway for the final time in feature race number 1. Will he get the job done? Yes, he will as they come off turn number 4. Evan C. get a win. Feature race number 1. Second to go to Tyler Reed. Third of the line's going to be Felix Roy. And how about the close battle for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Chance Carr, Jesse Henderson, your top 5, 10 at Tomasi. Christian Hanger, Ryan Underwood, Justin Norwood, unofficially your top 10. Coulter West, Ethan Toda, unofficially getting the top 12 positions. And those 12 drivers will transfer into the show. Of course, we've just got to wrap up heat number 1. There it is. So this is your official 12 drivers going through to the Dream 100. Thanks to Hunter Craig Holmes. Evan C. gets the win. Tyler Reed, Felix Roy, Brent Carter, Chance Carr, your top 5. Jesse Enterkin, Tanner Tomasi, Christian Hanger, Ryan Underwood gets 9th. Wow. Justin Norwood 10th. Coulter West and Ethan Toda will grab the final transfer spot and got it by 0.017 seconds over Logan Matthews. Logan Matthews going to miss out along with Trent McLeod, Richie Goes, Colton Skiles, Paul Hollander. Alex Robinson got 18th after being a number of laps down. So we'll quickly go through feature race number 2 results. And what about this starting lineup? Let me just pick something up first. Let me do something because that shouldn't be like that. And there we go, and we go okay, and we can go there, we click that, and we've got it done. Blake Majula starts on pole. He's outside Alex Bergeron, a couple of world champions.
Absolutely, as Alex, do you see Alex Bergeron? He does make the call here. So that's good news for Brett. That's good news for you and your pick. To the inside of row number 2 is going to be the 48 for Team VLR. That's going to be Dylan Yeager. To his outside is going to be the 70 machine of Davin Cardwell.
Cole Cabry will start alongside Mason Lobb out of positions 5 and 6. That's row 3.
Aiden Beerline is going to start in the 7th position. To his outside is going to be the 22. Is Shane James. Haven't seen him in a while either.
Yeah, Eric Keller will start position number 9. Clifford Driscoll lines up position number 10.
Hunter Butts is going to roll off in position number 11 in the O2 machine. John Ruggiero Jr. in the 44 for D1RT Racing is going to roll off to his outside.
Darren Little and James Rotuck in row 7.
Austin Hunter and Michael Colvey. There we go. They're going to be 15th, 16th.
Brad Dyer, Cody Sieber in row number 9.
19th and 20th is going to be Jeff Helton in the 5 machine, and to his outside is going to be the 5C of Scooter Black.
Tyler Hobgood along with Alex McCullum in row 11, and Hunter Heck will round out a 23-car field here for heat race or feature race number 2. Set for a start off turn 4, and Blake Majula will lead the field off into turns 1 and 2. He got a little tight there. Here comes Bergeron. Keep an eye on Dylan Yeager, Cole Cabry. And there is Davin Cardwell in that number 70 machine.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens between Cole Cabry here and Davin Cardwell, as they've had some issues in the past here, but that's not an issue right now, as we're 1, 2, 3 on the top, and Yeager's rolling the bottom middle side. We'll see if he can make any ground up on the bottom here, as Davin Cardwell's day is outside. Banging the cushion as usual. That's no surprise out of him, as Cabry falls back to 5th. And I believe that's Mason Lobb right behind him.
Yeah, we're yellow flag at the end of the completion of the 2nd lap. We'll see what happened here. Let's see if we can find out what happened. I think these guys who are a couple of teammates, or a couple of former teammates, they might still be teammates. Shane James in the 3 machine. Darren Little as well in the 68. Now, what happened to Shane James? Oh, he got into the back of Beerline, then Darren Little. Oh, I guess they took Aiden Beerline to the Tunnel of Love.
You know, all in all, pretty good driving from the rest of those guys there to avoid that whole mess. It definitely could have been something like we seen earlier in feature race number 1.
Yeah, I think it took a while for those last 6 or 7 laps to finally get done. Hey, Eldora Speedway. It's going to have its work cut out for it here tonight, because we're obviously here for the virtual Dream 100 presented by Hunter Creek Homes, and along with Team 126 Racing, Envision Custom Graphics as well. They host a 100 lapper, but then shortly after that one, some of the boys will bring out the Pro Late Models Championship night for the NMRH Pro Late Models here at Eldora, and that's going to feature 100 laps as well. It's going to be interesting. This is way too many laps for me at Eldora, just saying.
Yeah, no, that's what, we'll see what happens here later on tonight with the 100-lap feature here for the Dream, and it'll be kind of curious to see how many of these guys running here tonight are actually going to come over and hit the pros as well, and it should be 2 good shows of racing, you know. It's but yeah, no, I have to agree, it's quite a few laps around Eldora. It could be USA, Brett. It could be USA.
It's feeling like USA at the moment, not gonna lie. So Darren Little, Aiden Beerline, Shane James all been sent to the tail end of the field, and we'll go back to green flag at the start of lap number 4. So 3 in the books, 22 to run. Bergeron runs the cushion, as does Davin Cardwell. Yeager rolls the bottom side through 1 and 2. Now Yeager going to move up to the inside once again, and then they go 3 wide. Keep it on the 44 of John Ruggiero Jr. He might be a sleeper in this field for the $350 to win race in the Dream 100 here at Eldora.
Absolutely, as I just took a glance back there, and I seen him coming through the field. He has been on an absolute just tear lately. That man has his car hooked up. He can go wherever he wants with that thing, and he is absolutely bad fast. As you see Davin Cardwell beating the back fender off Alex Bergeron. He is saying, get out of my way. I want that P2 position. But now Yeager takes a look to the inside of Cardwell coming in turns number 3 and 4. Is he going to slide up in front of him? No, it looks like he's going to keep it tucked down to the bottom as we're working on lap number 7 at 25.
It's amazing you see the different lines already here at the 7th lap of feature race number 2. Again, we had 25 laps in feature race number 1. The drivers had probably about 5 or 6 minutes of practice. Actually had group practice where they were all out on the racetrack together, formed up in rows of 2 by 2, and just trying to work this track into where you could have a couple of different lines. And right now, we're starting to see that right now. Davin Carbell trying to dive low down into turns 3 and 4. Tries to sneak up on the inside of Bergeron. Bergeron going to shut it all down into 1 and 2. Bergeron and Majulis. They run low through 1 and 2, and then they'll find the momentum back on the top side of the racetrack out of turn 4. And now here comes Carbell out of turn 3, out of turn 4 now. Bergeron slides up. What a race we've got between Bergeron, Carbell, and now Dylan Yeager now into the mix.
Yeah, no, that's what I was actually kind of curious to see. Majulis and Bergeron, they swapped lines. They went down to the bottom as Yeager and Carbell jumped up to the top. As now we take a look back here at Mason Lobb and Clifford Driscoll, and even further back we're looking at James Road Truck. Some of these last name. Road Truck. There we go. Yeah, Road Truck. He's in your he's in your 4th and final. That's it. That's gonna bring out the yellows. We have multiple cars here getting into it.
Austin Hunter turned Hunter Butts. Oh, Austin Hunter Butts.
Huh? No ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah, oh, ha-ha.
Ha!
You just lobbed that one out of left field, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yes. No, I'm not gonna. Never mind. I seen an opportunity, Brett, and I took it.
Heck, you got one over Hunters.
There you go.
So there's 2 Hunters, 2 first name Hunters, and then there's 1 surname Hunter. That's the most Hunters I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I used to roll around with the 101 guys pretty heavy, and we used to have Hunter Parsons, Hunter Poston. I think we had 4 or 5 Hunters at one point. It was crazy.
It just seems like an awful lot of Hunters.
I agree.
Oh, when we go back green next time by, we are closing in on half race distance. We believe we might go back to lap 11 of 12, so that'll be the completion of lap 11 to start lap 12. We'll just see what the timing and scoring does here, but Blake Majulis looking to pocket himself $25. Davin Carbell on his outside. Alex Bergeron, row 2 inside. Dylan Yeager, Cole Cabry, John Ruggiero Jr., your top 3 rows. We're set for a restart here.
Absolutely. His green flag back up. Majulis jumps up to an early lead. Cardwell's running in second. Bergeron takes a spot momentarily as he's going to throw a slide job. Thinks better of it, probably a good idea, but that allows Yeager to rip around the outside of him now as he falls back to the 4th position. And look at there's the man on the move, John Ruggiero and Cole Cabry. Both of them are coming into the picture now. His Lob is actually coming into the picture now as well. That's kind of surprising, but good run for that man.
Yeah, 3 wide Bergeron on the outside of Ruggiero and Cabry. Meanwhile, Carbell tried the move there on Blake Majulis, unable to do so. Majulis fends off a challenge from the 70 machine. Yeager into the wall. There goes Bergeron. Yeager, who was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 position. And Dylan Yeager, Clifford Driscoll, Mason Lobb both getting by. But now Yeager back through the middle. We're going to make it 3 wide down the back straightaway. 14 laps in the books. 11 remaining. Eric Keller in 9. Tyler Hobgood 10th. Alex McCullum and Austin Hunter. That's your top 12, and that's where you need to be. If you're not in the top 12, well, you won't have a chance at picking up $350 to win, courtesy of Hunter Creek Homes.
Yeah, it's top 12 or go home. It's that's all she wrote. Says Bergeron's looking the inside of Blake Majulis now as he takes the lead. Majulis cuts back down to the bottom side as Bergeron's into the wall. Majulis thought maybe throwing a slider, but he decided to keep it down instead. That's all right. As we're side by side going into turn number 3 and 4, Majulis is going to slide up and take the position away from Bergeron, but Bergeron cuts back down underneath. And I think, Brett, we're going to see this for a couple more laps here.
I dare say that this might be the battle of the night. Look at John Ruggiero just sneaking in a picture there in 3rd position. Majulis on the work on the low side, slides up, but Alex Bergeron covered the line pretty well. Now Cole Cabry around the outside of his teammate, so D1RT. I think we've seen this on Sunday night with World of Thunder at the Championship night in Pro Late Models. It was Majulis, Cabry, and Ruggiero, your top 3, with Bergeron in the mix as well before some drama happened with Bergeron But right now, speaking of Bergeron, the three-time iRacing Sprint Car World Champion is leading the first ever World of Outlaws late model building World of Outlaws iRacing building late model champion of Blake Majulis. And now here comes Cole Caber now throwing a slider on his teammate.
Yeah, I wonder if Blake Majulis has some damage there to the backside of that car. I wonder if he's having some issues there. But either way, maybe his setup's just falling off. But either way, right now, Alex Bergeron is definitely showing these boys that he doesn't only race sprint cars. He races whatever it may be. If it has four wheels and a motor, he's going to make it go. So we take a look now back at Clifford and John Ruggiero. They're battling for 4th and 5th. Ruggiero sticks to the high side. Clifford right behind him. As we go back here, Yeager, he fell off a little bit, but he's still definitely within the mix. As your top 12 are going to transfer here, folks. Don't forget, Davin Cardwell, he's having some major issues. I don't know what happened to him, but he fell way back, Brett.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure what went on with that number 70 machine, but right now he is right on the bubble. Still just sitting one in front of a bubble position of Tyler Hobgood. Davin Cardwell, here comes Austin Hunter with a slide job there on Alex McCullum in the 101 machine. 2.5 to go for your race leader of Alex Bergeron.
Yeah, is here we see Austin Hunter, Davin Cardwell, and I believe that's Shane James there. Or, yeah, that's... Yes, sorry, no, that's Austin Hunter. That's Mason Lobbin for them. Austin Hunter and Alex McCullum as they're going to battle side by side for position 9 and 10 as we're working on 2 to go here. And Davin Cardwell, he's, well, Shane James just passed him for 12th. That'd be a shame for Cardwell not to make the feature, but as of right now, it's happening as Bergeron takes a white flag and he's making it look easy out there.
Yeah, he really is. Bergeron down the back straightaway for the final time. Into turn number 3, out of turn number 4. The winner of feature race number 2, he'll pocket $25 courtesy of Team 126 Racing. That is Alex Bergeron. He will get the win in feature race number 2. Blake Majulis home in second. Third will go to Cole Caber, John Ruggiero Jr. in fourth. Clifford Driscoll rounds out the top 5. Then you go back to Dylan Yeager, Eric Keller, Mason Lobb, Alex McCullum, Austin Hunter, your top 10. Shane James, Tyler Hobgood will be your top 12 drivers. Let's take a look at those official results. Now, do not be alarmed. It might take 15 minutes of warm-up, but we are not having a 15-minute warm-up session. Just to confirm again, those top 12, Bergeron, Majulis, Cabri, Ruggiero, and Driscoll. And of course, Yeager, Keller, Lobb, McCullum, Hunter, your top 10. James and Hobgood, your top 12. Unfortunately for Road Truck, Beerline, Seaver, Little, Corby, Dyer. And we had Black, Butts, Helton, Cardwell, and Hunter Heck. They're all not going to make the show. So unlucky for Davin Cardwell. He was in the show, and unfortunately now he's out. So what we'll do, we'll take a quick break here on UltimateDirtTV. Come back in just a few moments' time. You are watching the virtual Dream 100 presented by Hunter Creek Homes right here on UltimateDirtTV.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I'm the king of rock, there is none higher. Sorry,
Alright, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Let's take a look at your starting grid for tonight's Hunter Creek Combs Dream 100, Cody.
Absolutely, as we're going to start with your 24th and 23rd starters here. It's going to be Tyler Hoggood. Stumbling. Tyler Hoggood. Yes, Hoggood in the 97. To his inside is going to be the 23 of Ethan Toter.
Shane James will start 22nd. Coulter West will start position number 21.
Austin Hunter's going to roll off 20th in the 8 machine. Justin Norwood to the outside in the 4 machine.
Alex McCullum will start 18th and Ryan Underwood will start 17th.
16th for Slam Sim Sports is going to be Mason Lobb, and to his inside is going to be Christian Hanger.
Row 7 will be Eric Keller, and Tander Tomasi will start position number 13.
Position number 12 for Team VLR is going to be the 48 of Dylan Yeager, and to his inside, is going to be the number 1 for Hunt the front. That's going to be Jesse Enterkin.
Clifford Driscoll will start position number 10. Chance Cow will start position number 9.
John Ruggiero for D1RT. You've seen him. He had one heck of a run in the race before. He's going to be rolling off in the 8th position, and to his inside is going to be the 69 for Team VLR. That's going to be Brent D. Carter.
Cole Cambry will start position number 6, and Felix Roy will start position number 5.
All right, folks, here we go. We got a pretty stacked top 4 for you guys here. We got Blake Majulis in the 127. He's going to be starting 4th. Tyler J. Reed is going to be starting to his inside in the 3rd position.
Your front row for tonight's Dream 100, thanks to Hunter Creek Combs. On the outside of the front row, a 3-time Sprint Car iRacing World Champion. That is Alex Bergeron, position number 2. And starting on pole for Team Victory Lane Racing, he pilots car number 33 from VLR. That is Evan C. Cody, quickly, who you got? Evan C?
Oof. You know, it's going to be just an absolute boxing match between these guys up front here. You got Evan C on the pole and Alex Bergeron starting outside pole. I'm going to take Evan C.
Well, I'll still pick my Blake Majulis. Blake Majulis is going to win tonight's $350 to win. Green flag is out in the virtual Dream 100. Thanks to Hunter Creek Homes. Alex Bergeron on the inside of Evan C. As they race down the back straightaway. Majulis quickly, but Mo makes quick works there of the 58 of Tyler Reed. Lap number 1 is in the books, and give it to the 33 of Evan C. Slide job coming out from Alex Bergeron. C back to the inside. Here comes Majulis now. Going to make it a 3-way dance down into turns 3 and 4. 3 wide for the race lead here on lap number 2. This is already an absolute barn burner.
Unbelievable here, folks, as you see what the heck of a show being put on already. Lap number 3 out of 100 here around Eldora, as we have a lot of talent in the top 3, top 4, top 5 even cars around Eldora here, as Evan C is going to lead in lap number 3, Alex Bergeron running right behind him. Blake Majulis, Tyler Reed, Cole Cabry, Felix Roy, Ruggiero, Enterkin, Yeager, Carter. That's your top 10, as we are just single filing out here a little bit. Track got a little bit of a rework before the warm-up session. They burnt it in a little bit, but we are just going to roll the top side.
Yeah, Jesse Enterkin in the 1 machine, just behind John Ruggiero Jr. in the 44. Then you go back to Dylan Yeager, followed by Eric Keller in also the 1 machine. That's the black and blue machine, so a couple of ones inside the top 10. Right now, everybody just taking it easy, knowing that it is a 100-lap journey around the virtual Eldora Speedway. 50 miles of racing. Cabray, slide job there in front of Eric Keller. Took the nose off him. That's Tyler Reed, sorry. And Tyler Reed got into the back of it. We stayed green. Meanwhile, there's a challenge on for 2nd and 3rd as here comes Blake Majulis on the inside now on Alex Bergeron.
Absolutely. We'll see how Cole Cabry's car handles after that big shot to the rear he got. But, you know, that's what happens when you throw sliders. Is Majulis looking to the inside of Bergeron now. Bergeron gets a good run off the cushion coming out of turns number 2. Blake Majulis keeps it within distance behind him as they both work the middle of the track here. Evan C out front as we see big slide job coming out from Reed as we are 3 wide at the flag stand. Cabry cuts him right down the middle, and here comes Felix Roy back up to the front.
Yeah, Felix Roy working the bottom side of the racetrack. On the outside, looking of a top 5. Tyler Reed, the 58 now, thinking about trying to go to the inside on Cole Cabry. Cabry fends up the challenge from Tyler Reed in the 58 machine behind the 71. That's the 71 of Cole Cabry. We start lap number 10 here on the feature event of this 100-lap journey. Reed and Roy side by side. Roy on the bottom, Reed on the top side. Jesse Enterkin working down up on the top side as well. Just outside the top 5, but right now back up towards the 2nd and 3rd spot as Majulis and Bergeron. They continue to trade slide jobs.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to see this for quite some time here as Bergeron slides up in front of Majulis. Majulis cuts it back down underneath. As now they're going to trade lines a little bit. Bergeron, little bobble in 1 and 2. No big deal. He closes back up to Majulis. Sorry, excuse me. As they're both going to rip the lip around Eldora here through turns 3 and 4. Coming to the flag stand. Working on lap number 13 out of 100. And they're, these top 3, like I said, there's a lot of experience and a lot of laps laid down by these top 3 here.
It almost feels like that these top 3 drivers have just got everybody else in the field covered week in and week out. Camby runs 4th, Reed 5th, and you go back to Roy, Enterkin, Jaeger, Underwood. Underwood has made some moves. He is up 8 positions already so far, looking at some extra cash, trying to pick up that Hard Charger award thanks to Hunter Creek Holmes and Team 126 Racing. Underwood now 9th position, then a little bit of a gap back to John Ruggiero Jr., who, I've got to say, I'm pretty surprised, although it is early going. John Ruggiero Jr. started 8th. He's back in 10th, so he's actually lost a couple of spots. As here comes Jaeger and Jesse Endican now with Ryan Underwood, though. I'm going to make it a 3-way dance for position 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, I think Ruggiero, if I was a betting man, I believe that he probably set his car up for the late run. You know, as you've seen earlier, he has a good run. The track was pretty slick before it got the rework there, so I think he's banking on the long run here. As now you see Ryan Underwood, he's going to take a big slide job from E. Yeager. Holy cow, that's a absolute heck of a short slider being thrown there, as now that allows Underwood to close right up, and Yeager loses it. No, sorry, I'll eat those words. He catches it, gets it back under control, but now that allows Ruggiero to be on the inside, and I believe Ruggiero might throw the slider right here.
Yeah, Ruggiero working in the middle of the racetrack. You're watching Underwood and Jesse Enterkin. We'll try and keep an eye on the battle up towards the front of the field. We'll see if how far lap traffic is away from potentially playing a factor. There is your race leader, Evan C., down into 1 and 2. He's only got a 7.5, about 3/4 of a second lead. Tyler Hobgood in the 97 machine. He's about a straightaway in front of him. So far, we are 19 laps in the books. We're closing in on the lap traffic, and wouldn't this just be an amazing race if we were to see 100 green flag laps, green to checker, here at the virtual Eldora Speedway?
Tell you the truth, Brett, I'd love to see it. I mean, that would be an absolute just phenomenal feat of itself. And now, as you see Blake Majulis, he's actually closing up to the backside of Evan C. here. I don't know if Evan C's just taking his time, patiently, just cruising the bottom, but whatever he's doing, he's allowing Majulis and Bergeron to close back up. And one thing I was going to say out or call out earlier is as this cushion builds here around Eldora, you know it gets pretty big. I believe that's when we're going to see Alex Bergeron make his move to the front, because he absolutely knows how to bang cushion.
Well, we'll see what happens here. We're going to complete lap number 22, which means we have 78 remaining here at Eldora. Evan C. for VLR in the 33 machine. He's already picked up $55 cash, courtesy of Team 126 Racing, and of course Hunter Creek Holmes, after winning feature race number 1 and starting on the pole. 2 laps away from being 1/4 of the race distance down, 23 down, 77 remaining. That just seems like a whole lot of racing. I gotta say, Cody, these first 23 laps have gone by pretty quickly.
Yeah, they have. It's actually good to see. You know, I love seeing keep it clean, keep it green racing. I really do. I love seeing drivers respect each other. I'm not particularly a fan of seeing drivers just throw the right side and, you know, letting it eat. I mean, that's part of racing, I guess. But, you know, I've always said if you want to race dirty, don't be expect when it happens or when it comes around and happens to you as well. As you see, we're going to be 3, possibly 4 wide at one point back here, as we have an absolute barn burner happening between Felix Roy, Tyler J. Reed, and Underwood and Enterkin.
Yeah, what comes around goes around. Cabray on the outside of Roy, Reed on the outside of Underwood. Then you go back to Enterkin on the outside of Dylan Yeager. So a couple of 2 by 2 by 2 battles happening on the racetrack, trying to sort themselves out for positions 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 3 wide is now Tyler Reed, going to pick up 2 more positions. Gets by Underwood and Felix Roy. Roy goes back to the middle of the racetrack in 3 and 4. Underwood staying low. Meanwhile, it's now down to 1/6 of a second lead for your race leader, Evan C. over Blake Majulis, and Ryan Underwood, still the hardest worker in this field so far, picking up 10 positions. He started 17th, and right now he's not too far. He's on the verge of breaking into that top 5.
Yeah, you know, Ryan Underwood, he, you know, if what happened didn't happen in feature race number 1, I believe he would be right up there with Bergeron, Majulis, and C. I mean, I can't really say that for sure, but there's pretty good chances. He's working hard. He's trying to do everything he can to get back up there, as we're 3 wide at the flag stand. As you see Felix Roy, he's just biding his times patiently. Like I said, bottom feeder driver rolling the bottom is Cole Cabry. Reed and Underwood now splits both of them. Is he going to throw a slide job? But yeah, they're just running the top. They're burning up their tires, and he's keeping them nice and cool on the bottom side, saving them for later.
Well, as we continue on with this 100 feature lap main event, the Dream 100 presented, of course, by Hunter Creek Homes. And, of course, a big shout out to, of course, Drew Hopkins for putting on the event, and Stephen Calavoda, who has stepped into race control, and, of course, Team 126 Racing. Check them out on all the social media platforms. Give them a like, shares, follows, and all that sort of good stuff. And keep up to date with the people that support sim racing. Look at Underwood up to position 5. He's moved up 12 positions right now. Meanwhile, behind him, Felix Roy goes through the middle of Dylan Yeager and Jesse Entigan. 3 wide into 1 and 2. Holy dooly, we're 2 by 3 as we come through turn number 1 and 2. We're on lap number 33, and the 33 continues to lead the way.
Yeah, you know, knock on wood here. I hope we don't. Like I said, I hope we go 100 laps green flag. But if we do happen to see a caution here, it's going to make things really interesting because there's a lot of these guys, Cole Cabry and especially Ryan Underwood. He's done an absolute phenomenal job just rolling through the field here, and he's definitely on his way to the front. But as you see back up front here, we got Blake Majulis closing up to the back of Evan C. He has caught him now. We are working lap traffic, and Brett, this is what I absolutely love to see. I love drivers to see what they got working in and out of lap traffic. Absolutely.
You just love to see it. You love to be a part of the racing. You don't like to be that lap car when you're getting put a lap down on the racetrack, but I tell you what, some drivers just love to work through lap traffic. It opens up just a whole different variety of what's going to happen. 4 wide for the race lead. There's 2 of them that are lap cars. 2 of them going for the lead. Majulis on the inside there of Evan C. Evan C now 3 wide with Chance Carr and Justin Norwood. Chance Carr getting a little tight. Here comes that 12 machine, the little cocky Canadian trying to cash in here at Eldora. Alex Bergeron now back to the top side. Around the outside of Justin Norwood. Blake Majulis, he's looking around him up. 2 of them in the one turn, but Bergeron just caught the cushion, caught the concrete wall just a little bit.
Absolutely unbelievable racing here. Is a lot of respect. Shout out to Justin Norwood. He held his line. He knows who those guys are. He knows they're the leaders. So shout out to that man for holding his line, not getting in the way of these guys. As you see Bergeron, he passed Majulis now as he's closed up right to the backside of Evan C. As we're working lap number 39 out of 100, and it is gonna be absolute phenomenal finish here. And I just still can't believe that we're still green flag.
This is why you love to see the lap traffic. It always plays a part. Have a think about this one. Blake Majulis is in 3rd place. The gap back to 4th place is 6.5 seconds. That is what these top 3 drivers have been able to do in the first 40 laps of this main event. We've still got 60 to go. Here comes Bergeron. Slide job into 3 and 4. This is for the race lead. Now there's no lap traffic around him. Bergeron and Evan C can continue this race for the lead. Blake Majulis just falling back just a little bit by about a second. Maybe lap traffic, maybe it got in his head just a little bit, but here comes Evan C on the outside. Slide job coming from Alex Bergeron, but back goes our Evan C at the line. Give it to Evan C by half a car length. Cody, Evan C and Alex Bergeron, man, they're putting on a clinic right now.
Absolutely, just instant classic here around virtual Eldora Speedway. It is an absolute treat to watch as you see Bergeron and Evan C. They are continuing back and forth, just trade sliders. One of them slides the other one crosses them up. As they're catching a little bit more lap traffic here, we're going to see what that does. When lap traffic comes into play, like we're talking about, it can change a race dramatically in a real quick hurry.
Well, Bergeron, Evan C, Alex Bergeron will lead lap number 44. Evan C is the first time he's been behind someone in the race in 2nd position in tonight's main event. And Alex Bergeron, we all know when it comes to money on the line, that number 12 machine is going to be here.
Oh, absolutely. Alex Bergeron's no slouch when it comes to money races. I mean, none of these guys are, to be honest with you. It's foolish to think any of them are, but especially, you know, looking at these top 3, top 4, top 5, top 6. I mean, you look throughout the scoring tower there is no shortage of talent throughout this whole field here. As you see Alex Bergeron, he's just continuing to rip the lip. We talked about it earlier. When that cushion starts to build, that's where Alex Bergeron makes his money.
Just a few short laps away from half race distance in this 100 lap, the Dream 100. Presented by Hunter Creek Home from the virtual Eldora Speedway. Thanks to, of course, Team 126 Racing for their support. 3 wide for the lead. You've got the 23T. That's Ethan Toda, who is now a lap down. And Ethan Toda, put it this way, Cody, he started 23rd. He's up to 15th. So he has picked up 8 positions. He's been the second highest mover through this field. The only one to be in front of him is Ryan Underwood, who started, of course, 17th and is now up into position number 4. But 15th spot is a lap down as Mason Lobb now is going to go a lap down. Slide job by Evan C. Here comes Bergeron back to the inside. Next time by Cody. Officially 50 down and 50 to go.
Absolutely, this is just absolute treat to watch. You know, we were watching these guys trade sliders back and forth as, you know, you watch Bergeron, he was closing up to the backside of Lobb and he had the check up that allowed Evan C to get by him, but now, you know, he's right back up on the tail side of him as he's not going to let him get away that easy. His big wreck right in front of the leaders. Brett D. Carter goes around. Alex Bergeron gets on the binders, you know, good enough to stay out of him, but we're going to stay green surprisingly here. I don't know what's going on, but that was a close call for the leaders there, Brett.
Wow, can you believe it? We are still green. It is official. We are past half race distance of this 100-lap main event, and it has been green so far all the way. James on the inside there of Mason Lobb. Alex Bergeron just in front of them. He now throws a slide job. Where's Blake Majulis there? He's in the 127 machine. Just stalking right now, maybe just trying to catch a breath, trying to focus himself for the final parts of this main event. And again, you want to be there right at the end. Majulis goes low. I guess Majulis is maybe just searching for a bit of racing room right now. And the 58 of Tyler Reed, who was inside the top 5 for probably the first 10 or 15 laps, he's in 12th position, and now he has gone a lap down to Evan C.
Yeah, Evan C, Blake Majulis, Alex Bergeron, they've been putting on an absolute clinic on this field of drivers here. I mean, it's not really a surprise like we were talking about. There's many laps around these guys here, but anytime you can lap that far up in the field and they're not even close to being done yet, it's an absolute just accomplishment of itself. You know, I bet you Alex Bergeron, he's probably shaking the whatever out of his pants there because he had a close call there. So maybe he's just biding his time, laying back, you know, seeing what happens. There's still a long way to go in this race. You know, Brett, we're taking a look back now at Jesse Anderkin, Christian Hanger, and Dylan Yeager as they're going to go battle at it. Felix Roy looks like he banged the car off the wall there pretty hard. We'll see how that car handles from here on out.
Oh, Felix Roy on the outside of Coulter West. Now Coulter West scored in 21st position. He's certainly a lap down. As the rest of the drivers inside the top 10 looking to get by that 10 steam machine. But hey, hats off to Coulter West. Hey, speaking of drivers that picking up some cash, Tyler Hobgood, he's out in 24th position. He's going to earn $10 as well, thanks to Team 126 Racing, and of course, Hunter Creek Homes. They put up a whole bunch of money for the virtual Dream 100. And man, oh man, I'm so glad to be a part of all the action right here, covered on Ultimate Dirt TV.
Yeah, no kidding. What a sponsor to have. Those guys definitely come in and they're definitely not afraid to throw their money out, and that's good to see, you know, because I tell you what, these virtual drivers here, they put on a show for the fans, and they work hard. They, you know, it's, I don't know, I don't want to sound like just a jerk by saying this, but, you know, to those people who think that it's so easy to come on here and do this, it's not. These drivers put in their time. They put in the time, effort, money, you know, especially to work on these cars, build the setups, drive them around, you know, time away from their families. You know, it's an absolute... It's like another job to do this, and especially to be good at it. You know, like I was saying, it's cool to see those guys come in and sponsor a race like this, and like you said, Brett, it's absolute just a treat to be a part of it.
So, not far away from lapping up into the top 10 is your race leader, the 33 of Evan C. There he is right there. 11th spot in the one machine down low, that's Christian Hanger. Tyler Reed gets by Jesse Entikin. There may have been a little contact into turn number 3, but everybody keeping the car nice and straight. 62 laps completed, all under the green flag conditions. Yeah, let that one sink in just a little bit. Who will be the first driver to make that mistake and to bring out that yellow flag? Will it happen? We'll find out. We've still got 37 remaining as Evan C has lapped up to 11th position and now about to lap inside the top 10.
Yeah, as you see here, Evans, he's about to put Jesse Anderkin a lap down. That's not something you see every day because that man is an absolute just wheelman. As you see here, Jesse goes a lap down. Evans C, he's just continuing to roll. Majulis not too far behind him, working his time patiently through lap traffic. As, you know, Bergeron was there at one point, but like I said, I don't know, maybe he has some damage from that incident that happened with Carter going around. It looked like he was able to get on the binders and keep out of him for the most part, but, you know, who knows? We're not behind the wheel of that race car, but yeah, up front, it's all Evans C, Blake Majulis.
Just imagine what these drivers are going through right now to go 65 laps completed, all under green flag without taking a break. The concentration level Man, the 63 of Driscoll got into the back of Felix Roy. They both saved it. Now, Jaeger works the bottom side. Driscoll into the wall. Evan C gets on by. So Evan C really carving through the lap traffic. About to lap his teammate in 8th position. Holy cow. Evan C, he means business. He came here to pick up $350. He is on the verge of doing that. 33 to go for your race leader. He drives car 33.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Evan C had a lot of preparation coming into this race here. But you see Blake Majulis, he's not going to let him get away that easy. As he's starting to peek his nose back into the picture here. And, you know, it just, right now, it's just all about keeping your nose clean, working in and out of lap traffic, not putting yourself in a bad position. You know, working around lap traffic, you never know exactly what that guy's going to do, whether he's just going to move or get out of the way, or if he's going to be a thorn in your side. You know, so it's a risky game, you know, working in lap traffic. But Evan C, Blake Majulis, they're making it look easy right now.
So the drivers that are still fighting for positions on the racetrack, Felix Roy in the 91. And you got the 48 of Dylan Jaeger. 30 laps remaining. So we've just completed 70 green flag laps here at the virtual Eldora Speedway. Blake Majulis puts Dylan Jaeger a lap down. He's now going to put Felix Roy a lap down. Cole Cobra has already been put a lap down. And how about Ryan Underwood? Ryan Underwood is just out of turn 2. Back straightaway. There's your leader. He is less than a straightaway from being put a lap down. And he is in 5th position. 5th position, Cody. Evan C. I said it at the start. Or even probably in the first 30 laps of this feature event. Evan C., Blake Majulis, Alex Bergeron. It just seems like they've got everybody covered no matter what they step their backsides into.
Yeah, no, it's just, I don't even know what to say at this point. This is just unbelievable. I mean, it's one thing to be, you know, good and to be one of the best, but these three are by far leaps and bounds as of right now, as what I'm seeing. They're leaps and bounds above everybody else. I mean, they're just running their race out there. They're singing songs in their head right now. They're just running laps. You know, this is a practice session for them. It seems like is Blake Majulis. I mean, he's going to slide up in front of Norwood. He's fighting hard trying to catch up to Evan C, giving it all he's got. He's starting to run out of laps here, Brett. But actually, it looks like Evan C is pulling him, but he's not pulling him that far. But yeah, it's absolutely unreal that these guys are just as fast as they are. By the way, where is Alex Bergeron? We haven't seen him in a while since that incident.
Yeah, he's in 3rd position. He's slowly coming through the field. He's just stuck getting by the 2 machine. I think that is Chance Car. So back up towards the leaders, and you're watching. Well, Ryan Underwood a lap down in 5th position, and it's a very rare sight to see Ryan Underwood get put a lap down. But you know what's even rarer? 77 green flag laps, about to make it 78. Oh, car into the wall. Evan C. May he done well to avoid Eric Keller in that 1 machine. 22 to go. Tick tock, tick tock.
Yep. You know, like I said, I picked Evan C to win this race, but not like this, Brett. This is just, he's about to lap. I mean, in a couple laps, if he keeps going the way he is, he's about to lap John Ruggiero Jr. I mean, and there it is, Brett.
Justin Norwood. And look,
Ruggiero saved by the bell.
He was, honestly, I think he was just trying to get back to the pits.
I think so too.
Just the way that car was.
Boy. Evan C did not want to see that.
Wow, I didn't want to see that, but 78 laps. And look at this. There's no reason why that should have been thrown.
No, not when you had cars turned around in front of the leaders at lap 30.
Exactly. You go here, 3 cars behind him. They're all on the top side. And this is no fault to Justin Norwood. He's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to get back into the pit area. Right there, he's in the pits. He's in the pits.
Right.
There's no, like, Alex Bergeron is mid-track. Oh, that's frustrating to see. It really is frustrating.
No,
Tony,
like I said, it's... Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, Tony, I think that would be a record to see that many laps go green flag, and it's been a long time since I've seen a race go 78, 79 laps under the green flag conditions, but And I tell you what, if I'm Ryan Underwood here, I'm not sure whether he might have been trying to get his lap back, but he was definitely lapped by your race leader. So
That's what I was.
it's basically gonna lock the top 4 in should they have no issues.
That's what I was kind of curious too. Is going to see. I was going to see how many cars were actually going to get their laps back here if they're not issuing any. I mean, the way it stacks up right now, the only, like I said, John Ruggiero, I mean, by the grace of God, is saved by the yellow flag. Because within a couple laps, he's going to lap down too. So, and Ruggiero actually looks like he has a pretty clean race car. So now, you never know. He could be a factor for the lead here.
Well, we'll find out. 20 laps to go here in the virtual Dream 100, thanks to Hunter Creek Holmes. Bergeron looking for the slide job into 1 and 2, makes contact with Evan C. Blake Majulis now going to make a 3 wide for the lead. This is what you pay your lunch money for, into 3 and 4. Ruggiero in fourth, your top 4. Oh boy, and Evan C goes from first. He was in third, but now second across at the start-finish line. Evan C back to the race lead, but only momentarily, because here comes Majulis again to the outside. Only your top 4 have got a chance. That's Majulis, C, Bergeron, and Ruggiero. Fifth on back. Well, they're racing for position, but they are already a lap down, so they would have to race themselves back on the lead lap and then hope for a caution.
Yeah, that's interesting there. It is what it is. But, you look at Evan C. and you look at Majulis, they're best of friends from what I hear. And, you watch them go around. They're throwing sliders side by side. Nothing but respect out of those guys. But talk about sliders and side by side. Ruggerio's looking to the inside of Alex Bergeron now. Is they're going to go side by side down the backstretch? Is Ruggiero going to throw the slider coming in turns number 3 and 4? He thought about it. But Evan C is going to throw a slider of his own for the lead. Blake Majulis cuts it back underneath. Brett, we're working lap 85 out of 100.
Yeah, 16 to go. See that one coming from a mile away. C on the cushion, on the wall now. Going to lose a bit of time to Blake Majulis, Bergeron, and Ruggiero. Then you go back to Cole Cabre in 5th position. We'll go back to the hard charger, Ethan Toda, from 23rd up to position 10. So a good drive by Ethan Toda, trying to pocket an extra $20 for being the hard charger in the main event. Bergeron on the outside of Ruggiero. 14 to go as the 44 slides up in front of the 12. That's Ruggiero in the 44. Bergeron in the 12 machine. Bergeron back to position 3. Meanwhile, comfortably out in front this time after a late race restart, the 127 of Blake Majulis.
Yeah, maybe that's what he was waiting for. He was just waiting, biding his time for that yellow flag, just patiently, just cruising around, just waiting for that yellow. He knew it had to come out at some point. It's I mean, he definitely he couldn't have waited much longer than what he did. Thankfully for him, it finally came out. But yeah, now he's jumped out to the lead, and he's actually pulled a pretty good gap on old Evan C. there as Ruggiero moves up to the 3rd spot. Bergeron in 4th. Cabri runs out your top 5, but we're gonna see right now if Evan C. can track him back down.
Well, it was about 6.5 tenths of a second lead for Blake Majulis over Evan C. as we come to 11 laps remaining in the Dream 100, of course, presented by Hunter Creek Holmes, Team 126 Racing, Envision Custom Graphics as well. They're all played a part in this $350 to win race. And at the moment, Blake Majulis, I would say he's got one hand on the check, ready to pounce. But Evan C, we've seen this happen before with Majulis leading Evan C. C has been able to run him down. There's now a little over half a second lead for Blake Majulis. So Evan C is really starting to close the gap on your race leader. 9 to go, Cody.
Oh, the pressure is just mounting for Blake Majulis as he knows who's behind him. He can see him in his rear view if he's running one. He knows what kind of caliber driver he is, and the thing is, like I said, for best of friends, when it comes to race time, the gloves are off and friendship's out the window. You're racing for $350 to win. There's friends, but there's also a certain point where you're racing for money, and that's what it is. As now we have Ryan Underwood in the 46s. He's going to go around in front of the field, and yellow flag is going to wave again. That allows Evan C to close right back up to where he was before.
I got to say, that looked a little intentional.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm one to call out what I see. And I don't care who your name is, whether you're Blake Majulis, Evan C, Ryan Underwood, Alex Bergeron. I mean, if you're going to do something stupid, you bet your ass I'm going to call you out on.
Yeah, especially when you're a caliber driver like Underwood. Yeah. And that's where things get weird with the whole team racing, and I mean, because as it stands right now, You have Blake Majulis, whether he's racing for D1 RT or not. I heard he's not, so that is what it is. But I mean, between Ruggiero, between Ruggiero, C, and Bergeron, that's three of the biggest, probably the biggest iRacing teams in iRacing.
Yep.
So, you know, I don't like we're just talking about. I don't know whether it be intentional or not, but it definitely looked that way, and you hope that's not what it is, considering your teammates running in second.
Tony, Team 126 Racing, that is not Majulis. There is another team out there that's obviously stepped up and helped put up some money for the Virtual Dream 100, so we thank those guys, and of course we want to thank Hunter Creek Homes and Vision Custom Graphics as well for all playing a part in this spectacular 100-lap main event. And 2 cautions in the first 93 laps. 7 laps left to run, and normally what would see a heat race distance be, say, 8 laps, we're now down to 7 out of 100. John, it's Cody Nevin, buddy. Cody Nevin is in the booth.
How's it going, partner? As we're back green here, folks. We got 93 down and closing up on 100 laps here, and here we go again. Blake Majulis, Evan C, John Ruggiero, Felix Roy. I believe those guys still don't have their lap back, so right now it's a 3-horse battle between Majulis, C, and Ruggiero. Coming down to turns number 3 and 4, Ruggiero closes up to the backside of Evan C. Evan C, he's going to return, close up right to the backside of Majulis, as we got 5 to run here, Brett.
6 to go. It'll be 5
or
to run.
6 to go.
5 to run this time by. It's still Majulis, C, Ruggiero. Now Alex Bergeron, he's still scored in 4th place, but he is at the tail end of the field. Obviously, not sure what happened there, but he's been scored at the tail end of the field, but still in 4th position. 5 to go that time by, Cody.
Yes, now we have 5 to run. I still got to learn that ticker a little bit. As you see, Evan C, he's just wheeling that thing as there's contact behind the whole horde of cars back there for 4th on back. That's going to be interesting to see, but like I said, it's a 3-horse battle up front between Majulis, C, and Ruggiero, and we're going to see who comes out on top as Toter's looking to the inside of Cabri. As, like you said, Toter, he's having one hell of a run here for coming through the field like that. Absolute, just great performance by him.
Yeah, started position number 23. He's driven his way up to position 5, and that's as far as he can get, unless for some reason our top 3 all get taken out at the same time.
Oh, don't say that.
I can't see it happening. But we've only got 2 laps left to run here for the Dirt Late Model Dream 100 presented by Hunter Creek Homes. $350 on the line into turn number 3, out of turn number 4. We have waited 99 laps for this flag to come out. It's the white flag. Half a mile to go. Evan C down to the inside, looking to throw the slide down into 1 and 2. Majulis back to the outside. Majulis has got the run down into turn number 3 and out of turn number 4. $350 richer. Blake Majulis will win the Dirt Late Model Dream 100, presented by Hunter Creek Homes. Evan C will grab 2nd. John Ruggiero Jr. grabs 3rd. 4th will be Alex Bergeron and Cole Cabri going to round out your top 5. Oh boy, have a look at the racetrack. There's not a lot left in it.
Absolutely not. She is completely slicked off here, and that's what happens. You know, it's these high-powered cars. They're just running, spinning the tires, and you know it's 100 laps. Track takes an absolute beating in 100 laps, but what an absolute great finish there! As you knew that Evan C was going to throw out something. He had to try to take a shot, but congratulations to Blake Majulis, and congratulations to Steve Ruggiero on the top 3.
Yeah, you really had to just be right there at the end. But Blake Majulis gets the win from Evan C. John Ruggiero Jr. 3rd, Alex Bergeron 4th, 5th will go to Cole Cabri, Jesse Intigan 6th, Ethan Toda 7th, Clifford Driscoll 8th, Dylan Yeager 9th, and Shane James going to round out your top 10.
Christian Hanger's going to come home in 11th, Felix Roy in 12th, Austin Hunter in 13th, Tyler Reed in 14th, Eric Keller 15th, Chance Carr, Coulter West, Mason Lobb, Justin Norwood, and Brent Carter. That's going to round out your top 20.
Alex McCallum, Tanner Tomasi, Tyler Hobgood, and Ryan Underwood in positions 21, 22, 23, and 24. We've still got 100 lap pro late model main event to come as well, but have a look who is doing some celebratory donuts.
Yeah, you know, Brett, you picked him, and he definitely got her done. You know, a good race between the top 3 there at top 4. I mean, if you include Alex Bergeron, tough break for him because he was right there in contention as well for the longest time. But that man right there, he is one happy camper right now, and who can blame him?
$350, Richard. Let's go trackside. We'll chat to our top three. We'll start from back to front. And, well, a man that always somehow finds his way, no matter where he starts, whether it's at the back, whether it's a mid-pack, on these bigger races, he finds himself always at the pointy end of the field. John Ruggiero Jr., come over third place. I mean, how was that one, buddy?
Man, that was a very interesting race. I was not expecting to go 79 laps green. I was extremely slow and in the way at the beginning of the race, and I just knew if I bided my time and let the track come to me, I was going to be all right. But then when I seen the pace that Blake and them were setting, I knew I was about to be in trouble. So I got up on the wheel and stayed on the lead lap, which was really the key in this whole deal, in my opinion. And yeah, I mean, to come home third, I'm extremely thrilled. Good win to Blake, good run to Evan. I feel like I was close to being as good as they were there at the end, just not good enough. So all in all, I'm not going to complain, and I'll be happy with my third place and move on to the next one.
Like, what was the biggest thing in adjusting here tonight? Because 50 laps, you guys can do 60 laps. Sometimes you see the odd 70 or 75 lap race. What was the mindset? What was the biggest thing you had to sort of adjust on the fly, beat a 100 lap race? Because, as you said, we had 78 or 79 green flag laps there to start us off.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing for me was just making sure I had enough fuel and being able to adjust the setup accordingly to all the weight in the rear. In the warm up, the track was fresh, so you can adjust on it and learn from that. But at the same time, you can't learn a whole lot because the track's so fresh. You're able to just hold it wide open and turn. But all in all, I mean, I feel like we made really good calls. Me and everybody at D1RT. And yeah, I mean, really, I can't complain too much. I wish I had a little more speed early in the race. I think that's something I need to focus on to be able to compete with Evan and Blake. But all in all, we're right there at it.
Oh, hell of a job, buddy, in first spot. John, before we let you go, of course, sponsors, shouts, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes this happen for you?
D1RT Racing, Eddie, Cole, Matt Logan, Scooter, Paul, Holander, man, all them guys over there have been a huge help, and I really couldn't do it without them. So I want to thank them. I want to thank you guys for the broadcast. It's always a cool deal to be able to get online, race, and then get on Facebook and see the work you guys put in, which I really appreciate and can't thank you enough. So thanks again.
Hell of a drive by John Ruggiero Jr. home in third place. Cody, you want to chat to our second place finisher?
Absolutely. Here he is, folks, your second place finisher of Evan C. And Evan, you had that, it looked like you had that race pretty much locked up there for a while. Late race caution comes out, completely changes the whole ball game. But I mean, either way, you drove your tail off, and congratulations on the second place, buddy. Tell us what it was like out there.
Yeah, kind of sucked there. I mean, I think we definitely had the faster car out of the front runners there. Even if it was about a little bit, I think it was a little bit faster. And Blake and Alex, and just on that restart, we got our toe knocked out, and it just completely changed how the car drove after that. And luckily, I still had some speed to keep up with Blake. I just, completely had to change how I was entering the turn there. Just got super tight on me when that toe got knocked out. And but it is what it is. I mean, can't do anything about that, but maybe just get a better launch so I don't get killed going into 1 and 2. But it happens. But I mean, overall, it's still a good race for us.
Yeah, no, absolutely, no kidding. You guys, I mean, me and Brett were talking up here in the booth. When you put on a performance like that, I mean, that's just unbelievable skill and talent. So I want to commend you for that. Another thing I wanted to bring up, when you and Bergeron, I mean, Julius was there too. We caught the very tail end of it. Those cars went around right in front of you guys. There was no caution for it. We didn't see the beginning of it. I don't know. I was thinking maybe that had to do with something with your car. Maybe it fell off from there. Did you get any damage out of that deal?
No, I made it through that pretty clean. I've been direct from the lead here a few races from lap cars, so I've definitely got some good practice on passing lap cars on this track more than any other track, I'd say. And two lap cars kind of got into each other up top, and one of them actually spun out and was sitting in the middle of the track. So I don't know how yellow came out, and I just seen it, and didn't run the top that lap. Just kind of ran the middle and missed it, and Alex got into him. But I mean, there's a lot of close calls that race, and we was just able to stay consistent and miss a lot of those calls like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You guys were definitely slicing and dicing through those lap cars, and you guys definitely made it look easy up there. It's definitely fun to watch. But congratulations on your second place finish, man. You got any friends, family, sponsor you like to thank?
Yeah, just everybody at Team VLR, CFME Sports, shopfurry22.com, Magility Speed Shop. Go check us out for best setups on iRacing, UMP, Supers, Pros, Big Blocks, and just everybody else helps out. Tactical Defense, Selena Truck Stop, Big Horn Taxidermy. Everybody helps out, and thank y'all guys for doing the broadcast for us tonight, and Drew for putting on this race for us.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. That's your second place finisher, Evan C.
Ha 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 ha. I once again picked the winner. I told you every day of the week I'll pick this guy to win. I don't care if he runs last, I'll still pick him. If he starts last, I'm still going to pick him. Blake Majulis, $350 richer. How was that? How do you feel after 100 lap?
Unreal. I mean, that's probably the best race I've had on this game in a long time. Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, just bided our time there. I knew we were pretty good early on, really good early on, and then right in the middle there, Evan was definitely the best car. And he started to pull away, and my only hope was he was going to get into it with some lap cars. I was just a little too far behind, was overdriving a little, trying to keep up with him and trying to run, good laps. But consistency is just where it's at, and that's what he was doing. And when we took the lead there, he was still a little bit better. He could get through 1 and 2 just better than anybody. He wouldn't bounce through the bumps, and my right front would hit that bump into one, and the whole rear end would get upset. So I was dealing with that and running the safe line in 3 and 4. So was just fortunate to come out with a win. I knew he was fast, and what a race. That's all I can say.
Talk us through what it's like trying to get through lap cars, because you guys lapped up to 5th position before the first yellow flag come out. How much confidence does that give you, knowing that, if you get the right track, you get the right group of drivers? You guys went, nearly 80 laps of green flags. I think there was, 2 yellow, maybe 3 yellows the entire 100 lap feature. It doesn't happen all that often, but man, when it does, you guys were able to put on a show. But talk us what it was like trying to get through the lap traffic as you guys were lapping or coming up to, lap the guys in the top 5.
Yeah, that's why I always praise the longer races are awesome. I think people kind of use their heads a little bit more. I mean, obviously some cases aren't always like that, but I feel like when you have long races like that, people bide their time and are driving more smart than they would, say, a 30-lap race. I really enjoy that type of racing and that long distance stuff. I think it really shows, who's got the best speed. I mean, you saw it there up to 4th place, 4 cars on the lead lap and 80 laps. That wasn't even the full 100. So that's crazy. And, going through lap traffic is, you just got to watch out. Where are they not going? And they switch your lines and take your line and throw slide jobs with you. Sometimes you get some good ones and sometimes you get some ridiculous ones, but I've said that before, and that's a part of racing. But all is well, and we got through, just as good as Evan did. And like I said, these longer races, I feel like people take their time a little bit more.
What was going through your mind when you were coming up to lap 80? You were sitting in second behind Evan C, and to be honest, no one, like we didn't think anyone was going to catch Evan the way that he was getting through the lap traffic. I think you were sitting in 3rd place at the time. What was going through your mind there just as the yellow flag come out? Because that was obviously a caution that you needed.
Oh, I had the biggest grin on my face. I was pumped. That just put me back in the game, and I knew we definitely weren't bad. I mean, we were second quick, if not, just the same as he was. Like I said, he could get through 1 and 2 over that bump like no one else, and that's where he had the advantage tonight. But when we got that yellow, fair game, game on from there, and obviously it won us the race. So crazy how 80 laps green can turn into something so much different, and it played in our favor tonight.
Well, over the last probably say 6 weeks, or basically since the spring fling, I can count on my hand. You've won about $5.5 grand in real cash. What does it mean to you to pick up another 350 here tonight, thanks to Hunter Creek Homes?
Oh man, there's been just so many money races we've had going these last probably 4 or 5 months, and I just try to live up to the money bags name you guys gave me. I appreciate that, and when you got something set out like that, you just want to be able to perform, and that's all I try and do, and just try and be there at the end, and that's what we keep doing, keep the car straight and clean, consistent, and that's what we're doing week in and week out, and that's what wins races. And it's honestly been surreal. It's a game or a simulator, whatever you want to call it, and winning loads of cash like this is just a couple years ago you would have never thought this was even going to happen. So that being said, I appreciate all the sponsors in this race and Drew for putting it on and you guys for broadcasting it. What an event. I thought that was one of the best races I've ever been a part of.
Well, we'll continue on with the thank yous. Blake, congratulations on the win. No doubt there's a lot of sponsors on this race car, a lot of people behind the scenes, buddy. Who gets this done for you? Who's going to celebrate in Champagne here tonight?
Of course. Thank you very much. Represent Limited, Nick Diaz Army, Game Up Nutrition, ML Performance, Reliable Energy Solutions, Jeff Swilly. Hopefully he was watching tonight. He's a big supporter of mine. Chris Ferguson Motorsports, CD Cinematography, BK Design, Showtime Decals and Apparel, Design 75 for the sweet looking wrap. Brought this one out brand new tonight and we won with it. So I can't thank him enough for his time and his awesome work. Race XR, Majula Say Speed Shop, 127 Industries, everybody that watching, you guys for doing the broadcast, and Brett, you specifically for picking me. You the man.
I'll always pick you, baby. There's a
Thank
reason
you.
you're called Moneybags.
Let's go. You're the man.
That's it. Blake Majulis, your winner here tonight. Cody, that wraps us up here from Eldora in the virtual Dream 100. Thanks to, of course, Hunter Creek Homes and Team 126 Racing. Man, what a phenomenal show it was. 2 25-lap feature events, which set us up, which was known as Heat 1 and Heat 2, which set us up for a 100-lap main event. And boy, these guys did not disappoint.
No, absolutely not. These guys put on an absolute just show here tonight. As you've seen, like we were talking about, Alex Bergeron, Evan C., Blake Majulis, those guys are definitely the best in the business here when it comes to iRacing as far as the dirt side goes. Lots of championships between those guys, lots of laps, lots of money won, lots of laps turned. It's absolute treat to watch those guys. I mean, and just outside of those guys, I mean, Ruggiero had a good run. Ruggiero had a good run. Underwood had a good run at one point. Cabri, I mean, so many guys in this race had ups and downs, but I mean, those guys that had the ups, they put on an absolute show. I mean, but when you are sitting back as a 33 car of Evan C. and you lap all the way up to the 5th position, that's saying something, and you can't take anything away from that. But absolute phenomenal race here. Was glad to be a part of it, and hope they put on another one soon.
Well, speaking of putting on another 100-lap race soon, we've got one coming up. You're not going to be joining me in the booth. I don't know if Alex is or not, but we've got coming up the NMRH Pro Late Models, the championship, the season finale, right back here at the virtual Eldora Speedway. But we'll wrap this one up. Big thank you to, of course, I just had a mind blank then. Drew Hopkins, Stephen Calavoda, for their jobs or their time in the race control and making sure these drivers put on one hell of a show. They did that. Thanks to, of course, Team 126 Racing, one of the sponsors here for the 100-lap main event. But, of course, a massive thank you to Hunter Creek Home. Check them out on the World Wide Web, their social media pages. Give them likes, shares, follows, and support the people that support sim racing. Until next time, on behalf of the team here at UltimateDirtTV, on behalf of Cody Nevin, myself, Brett Wheeler, we say farewell, good night, we'll see you back shortly.